The state of Eritrea is one of the countries in the Horn of Africa, located on the Red Sea, with its capital and largest city, Asmara. Eritrea is bordered by Ethiopia to the south, Sudan to the west, and Djibouti to the southwest. The northeastern and eastern parts of Eritrea have an extensive coastline along the Red Sea. With a total area of approximately 117,600 square kilometers, including the Dahlak archipelago and several of the Hanish Islands, the population of Eritrea as of 2020 was said to be around 3,601,467 people. The Red Sea was the route by which Christianity and Islam reached the area, and it was an important trade route that countries like Turkey, Egypt, and Italy made efforts to dominate by seizing control of the ports on the Eritrean coast. Those ports promised access to the gold, coffee, and slaves sold by traders in the Ethiopian highlands to the south. And in the second half of the 20th century, Ethiopia became the power from which the Eritrean people had to free themselves in order to create their own state. The creation of modern-day Eritrea is a result of the incorporation of independent, distinct kingdoms like Medri Bahari and the Sultanate of Hausa, which eventually resulted in the formation of Italian Eritrea. After the defeat of the Italian colonial army in 1942, Eritrea was administered by the British military administration until 1952. Following the United Nations General Assembly's decision in 1952, Eritrea was granted freedom to govern itself with a local Eritrean parliament. But for foreign affairs and defense, it will enter into a federal status with Ethiopia for 10 years. However, in 1962, the government of Ethiopia annulled the Eritrean parliament and formally annexed Eritrea, prompting Eritrea's secessionist movement to organize the Eritrean Liberation Front and fought the Eritrean War of Independence until Eritrea gained a de facto independence in 1991. The country gained de jure independence in 1993 after an independence referendum. It officially became a sovereign country on April 27, 1993. With peace established, the task of overcoming ethnic and religious differences in order to raise the country from poverty made worse by years of drought, neglect, and war became the seemingly daunting task to deal with. Agriculture is by far the most important sector of the country's economy, providing a livelihood for about 4/5 of its population and accounting for a large portion of Eritrea's exports. Small-scale cultivation and traditional pastoralism are the main forms of agricultural activity in the country. Similarly, the commencement of full-scale operations in the gold and silver Bisha mines, the production of cement from the cement factory in Massawa, and investment in Eritrea's copper, zinc, and other solid mineral mining operations by Australian and Chinese mining companies further improved the country's economy and by extension her GDP. Eritrea is a multi-ethnic country with 9 recognized ethnic groups, each with its unique peculiarities in terms of language spoken and culture, with little or no similarities. The most widely spoken language is Tigrinya. Others are Sahu, Kunama, Nara, Afar, Beda, Bilin, and Arabic. Although Tigrinya, Arabic, and English serves as the 3 major working languages in the country. Music in Eritrea is as diverse as its multi-ethnic groups, comprising a mix of traditional and popular styles originating from ancient to modern times, with a rich heritage of vocalists, instrumentalists from within the country and the international diaspora. The country's music is informed by a range of ethno-linguistic groups. Dynamics in the region is shared pre-colonial history, a revolutionized independence from Ethiopia, and by its exposure to globalized American music in the mid-20th century. Like most African countries, with history of colonialism, struggle for independence, and post-independence challenges of governance, economic stability, and development, Eritrea has had its own fair share.